Mike Tirico, alongside Greg Olson and Jason Myers, has us set to get started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
You ask any player that's played in the Super Bowl, Mike, and they'll tell you the hardest part is everything up until kickoff. The best part is once that ball is kicked off, it finally feels normal again, and that's what these players are going through. They've been waiting for this moment. It feels like it.
Oh, what an inauspicious start. It's intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Love. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here. They force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Early in the game, Mike, sometimes you just can't resist. First play, let's chuck it deep. Let's see if we can get this defense on their heels early. Well, we just saw worst case scenario when doing just that. Not only can you not connect, the ball falls into the waiting arms of this defense, and that one shot is all you got on your opening possession.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Throwing to open it up is Darnold. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
The first carry for the Spartans. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. A gain there of 21. First down, Seattle.
I think it's clear this is something this offense wants to major in, the ability to run the ball effectively against this defense. And after that big gain, you have to imagine they're going to come back to it and dare him to stop it.
Off the play fake, here's Darnold. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Powerful running there, stiff-arming his way for a gain of 6.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide-open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for, and I think this is a nice physical gain here.
To the goal line and in. Cooper, touchdown, Seattle. The first touchdown of Super Bowl 60. Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Seahawks are off and running here in the Super Bowl. They lead 7-0. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. Now an opening past the 30. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense ready now for their second drive. They had that pick on the opening drive that led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back, 1st and 10. A first down throw for Nix. That's to the rookie out of Illinois, Pat Bryant. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick first down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
That's taken in. It's R.J. Harvey. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And I think this is going to be a matchup they exploit the rest of the game. They go to it here early to test it. And I think with those results, it's something they should continue to come back to, because I'm not sure the defense has a matchup for that running back.
Nick snap on 1st and 10. This one over the middle and caught by Bryant. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
It's a really critical conversion here, because after not scoring on your opening drive, you just can't afford to follow that up with a 3-and-out. So you find yourself down 7-0. Sustain this drive at the very least. See if you can come away with some points.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last. We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
5-yard line.
Second down. Nix. Good coverage there in the end zone, and is incomplete. Terrific work has separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Now Nick's going to look to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
What's his kick? Is good. And the Broncos are on the board. It's 7-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready for their second possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motions right. Now he'll run it. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On play action, here's Darnold. Open, left side is Barner. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Here's a handoff to Walker. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line. Maybe a yard. Nick Bonito there for the tackle.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 9. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's punt. It's Kenneth Walker. And he's going to be out of bounds awfully close to that first down marker, but they're going to mark him just short. So 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll run the sneak, and he's going to have the first down. They'll mark him at the 29, but it's a new set of downs. First down picked up.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
They'll run right. Here's Walker. And they'll be forced out of bounds just a couple of yards short of a first down. That's a pickup of 8.
At the 21-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 2. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll try and run it with Walker. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
I think if that rush would have failed, Mike, I think they would have had an interesting decision to make come 4th down, but that's all out the window now. Nice pickup, sets up 1st and goal.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Make no mistake about it, he may get to glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Now the point after try from Myers. He's got it. And the Seahawks extend their advantage to 14-3.
Broncos 3.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, here's Mims. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Broncos offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. The Central Florida product, R.J. Harvey. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
A run once more, that's Harvey. He's going to have a Broncos 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
He'll be run out of bounds. It's a good gain on 1st down. They pick up 7 yards.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And 2.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. It's been a busy 1st quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
Taken in by Franklin. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 17-yard line.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
And that will wind up incomplete. Triple zeros on the clock. The first quarter has come to an end. After a spirited first quarter here in Super Bowl 60, 14-3 is the score. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide-angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
On second down, Walker. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle.
Down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
Third down and 9. Now Darnold. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll do so with first and 10. Here's Nix to throw. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and it's going to be third down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out. First, second, third down, all three incompletions, and now it brings up fourth down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
Fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. And Zach Allen there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. Darnold. Smith and Jigba left side. He's got it. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. They'll go with the sneak. And he will have the Seahawks first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Walker, first down and more. And he will go all the way. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seahawks. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Myers now to add the PAT. It's up and good. And the Seahawks extend it to a 21-6 advantage.
Broncos 6.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey. Not much happening there, just a short game.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
That's caught by Harvey. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
I think now we're starting to see this defense start to make some adjustments. We saw him give up a few plays earlier in the game, especially to this back. So he's someone they have to understand. He's not just going to hurt you on the ground. He also is a threat in the passing game. So nice job there making some adjustments on the back end, and they forced the incomplete.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Well, it's been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Throw it. Nix. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's fourth down. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down's looming. On fourth down, here's Nix. The Seahawks scoop it up. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they forced the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Now the point after drop from Myers. His kick is good. And the Seahawks add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead.
Jason Myers.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This returnable from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to take over once more. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. is Jaleel McLaughlin. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Boye Mafe in on the tackle.
It's 2nd and 8.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw is Nix. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
That's swung out to Harvey. A gain there of 15. Good for a Denver 1st down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the 1st down anyway.
On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he'll get forward for about a yard. DeMarcus Lawrence there on the stop.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and a yard. On the ground, McLaughlin. Oh, he didn't need much, but I don't think he got there. Going to depend on the spot, but it looks like he is short.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get in the backfield for a big stop, and it sets up 4th down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They'll try to run, and he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
Well, that play had no chance from the start. The running back was not even able to make it back to the original line of scrimmage. Give credit to that defensive line. That was an incredible effort, forcing that 4th down stop.
The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Darnold. Taken in right side by Barner. And he'll be run out of bounds. It's a good game on 1st down. They pick up 7 yards.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
On the handoff, this is Walker. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and They were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And they'll hold them to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's third down.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Throwing on third down is Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they are not able to add on to their big lead.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
First down throw for Nix. A short one into the hands of Trotman. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 9.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Back for more on Super Bowl Sunday. After this, now it's 2nd and 1. Throwing is Nix. Open man, and that's Bryant. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. They had the right play call. The screen goes for 15 and a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Nix now on 1st and 10. Last play got 15. This one gains 15. And another first down. Timeout Seahawks. That is their 2nd. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half.
8-yard line.
What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. First down and goal. He pulls it in around the 5. Now Seattle will use the final timeout. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in the second quarter.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
The ball right on the 5-yard line, 2nd down and goal.
He's moving, boys, he's moving.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. And he's in. Bryant, touchdown that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. The kick is good. The Broncos are able to edge a bit closer.
Broncos 13.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Seahawks offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
I think when that ball left his hand, he had visions of a big play, and then that big play almost got flipped on its head because I think he's lucky that that ball didn't end up going back the other direction because that defender got both hands on it, but just couldn't come down with the pick.
Throw across his body is complete, and he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And he'll be ridden out of bounds after a gain of 6.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
And their only realistic chance to end the half with points is to throw the ball near the sideline, gain as many yards as you can, and then hopefully either get yourself in position to kick the field goal or at the very least in position where you can attempt a Hail Mary.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice coverage here on 3rd down. They took away all of the outlets the quarterback had. Really left them with no opportunity other than to just throw that ball away. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Here's Michael Dixon now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. So, 2 quarters down here in Santa Clara, the Super Bowl 60 halftime. Straight ahead with Scott Hansen.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott. Thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this second half. Could we have a finish to remember here in Santa Clara? Second half underway in Super Bowl 60. This will be returned from the 6, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start out first down and 10. In motion is Barner. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
He'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he's going to weave his way forward. It's a first down at the 44-yard line.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. Open, left side is Barner. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do, and man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
In motion is Barner. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Barner. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. That pickup, good for 29 yards.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
Darnold to throw on first down. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
2nd and 10. To throw again is Darnold. Into the hands of his tight end, Barner. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Darnold to throw again. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the defense comes up with a big turnover. Maybe this will turn this game around.
And we talked about it during the break. If they're going to get back into this game, they're going to need to get some kind of spark going. And, well, the first drive of this half, the defense has certainly done their part, and now it's up to the offense to do something with it.
The Broncos offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. Oh, yeah. He gets free inside the 30. The defense saves the touchdown, but a terrific run. It'll be first and goal inside the 10. A big play here in the big game. That's a pickup of 75 yards.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
That's as dynamic a run as you're going to see. He gets really good initial blocking at the point of the attack. That springs him loose. But then it's just his speed and open field running that does the rest.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. It is brought in the end zone. Bryant, touchdown, Denver. That is second touchdown of this Super Bowl. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Here's Lutz now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Broncos are back within one score. It is an 8-point game. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Shaheed now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. Now Walker. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. This running back's had a really nice day. So in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
It's a screen to come. And he'll be stopped short of the first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
So barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it looks like this is going to be a 3-and-out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with first and 10. To throw is Nix. He's going to look for the home run ball. Whoa! offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. Throw here down the field. Will fall incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
They'll send a tight end in motion. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. 3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. Throw right side, home in by Cup.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
For the Seahawks field goal, a 51-yard attempt.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Jason Myers.
So Myers back out there. Had the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Broncos offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. They'll throw. It's Nix. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
2nd down. Nix. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10. 1st down, Broncos.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
On 1st down, it's Harvey. Through up the sideline at the 45. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
At the 49-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the 2nd half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, You're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run. We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. This one to the tight end, Chapman. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's third down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Nix from the gun on third down. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That one's broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And this is going to pin him back. It's out of bounds inside the 10. The Seahawks offense headed back to take over once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here. Backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Darnold. That one swung out wide to Walker. And he's going to be brought down up past the 20. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
So the rule of thumb, so often when you call these play-action passes, Mike, is that the guy you fake it to, he tends to be wide open more often than not. And it's exactly the case here. Dump it off to the back in the flat, and he does the rest.
There's a short one taken in by Bonner. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They run with Walker. Into the secondary, past the 40. Gets to the edge at the 30. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 73 yards. Touchdown, Seattle. With that, he ties the Super Bowl record, his 3rd touchdown of the night. Taking care of business on the ground. They run it into the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Mike, some of the hardest elements to coach for a running back is vision and patience. And in this case, you saw both of them on display, and he's able to take the long run all the way to the house for 6.
Myers now to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Seahawks will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
The score, Seahawks 38, Broncos 20. Jason Myers.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Harvey. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Harvey. Ooh. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Devin Witherspoon up from the secondary to make the play.
Watching him throughout this game has been incredible, Mike. I mean, I've loved watching him perform. The reality is it just hasn't impacted the outcome of the game. It's really been a wasted individual effort unless they can somehow find a way to flip this thing around.
Throwing. Mix. To the outside. Hauled in by Sutton. And he's very close to a first down, out of bounds right at the marker. Spot is just a little short, so it is 4th down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
The Seahawks offense back onto the field for their next possession. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the 3rd quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. Maybe a yard. That's it. And Zach Allen there on the tackle.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Darnold to throw. Smith and Jigba has it on that out route. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. And that is incomplete. They try to sneak a deep ball in there to wrap up the quarter, but time has expired, and the 3rd has come to an end. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Back to throw is Nix. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
We'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at their 49-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 6. Now Nick's going to look to throw. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
A gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Throwing is Nix. They'll set up the screen to McLaughlin. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. That screen goes for 12, and that's a 1st down.
And the Broncos.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
That's taken in by Franklin. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another 1st down.
And despite things looking pretty bleak at the moment, I think you got to respect the fact they're out there swinging. They're trying to pull off a double-digit comeback here in the 4th quarter.
Nix out of throw here on 1st down. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And it will be another turnover as this defense does it again.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. They have converted twice on 3rd down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. That is hard. first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That is caught, and he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They're in 4-down territory for sure, but what can they do on this one? It's 3rd and goal. They'll let the fullback try to push the punt, and he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Lutz for the extra point. He gets it to go. The Broncos are able to cut into the deficit.
Seahawks 38, Broncos 27.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Shaheed now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. Darnold now to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. Give him 14 on that play. 1 play, 1 1st down.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline. Not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that 2nd foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
In motion is Barner. Off the bootleg. Here's Darnold. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try and run for this with Charbonnet.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. And that one not returnable, out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. A run now with McLaughlin. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
Here's Nix to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
Throw right side taken by Bryant. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
That's complete. Taken in by Franklin.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for 4th down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense.
And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Denver 1st down.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
And good work defensively to slow him up before he could get free. He's ushered out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here comes 3rd and 6. They'll throw. It's Nix. That's caught by Harvey. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He gets this one complete to Humphrey. And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down. As that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th down.
Now you start thinking situational football, Mike. We're under the 4-minute mark. They've got to go get a score here. Ideally, you want to do it on the plus side of the 2-minute warning, if at all possible.
That's swung out to Harvey. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
7-yard pickup.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. To throw is Nix. A toss left side, caught by his running back. It'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that after this long drive would be a bit of a letdown.
Complete to Little Jordan the free. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 21-yard line.
2 minutes remain in Super Bowl 60. We're back to write a finish to the season. After this, it is 2nd down and 5. They'll drop to throw. All alone, it's Bryant. He's got it.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Here's 2nd down. Throw it. Nix. They'll try to hit him with a screen. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
A gain of a yard.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon, and frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Defense has a chance to all but end this game, but they can't secure the interception, and now the offense has new life. But is there enough time? Do they have enough opportunities still to find themselves in position to go try to pull this one out?
And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So the field goal makes it a 1-score game. Now the lineup for the onside kick.
Recovering an onside kick has really become kind of a lost art nowadays, Mike. You just don't see it very often. You're trying to find where's the weak link, where's the hole in the recovery unit. Kicker's got to put the ball there, and then it's just a race to recover it.
They'll go play action with Nix. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big kicker.
Now they burn the timeout. They're in that gray area. You might be able to get in 2 plays, but maybe just 1 left in this game. We'll see.
First and 10
Third downs, Mike, those are
45-yard line.
quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
On first down, here's Nix to throw. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are right back in this one.
Intercepted. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
And we've seen this throughout the entire game, Mike. These receivers are having a hard time uncovering against this secondary. You force a quarterback to throw into a lot of tightly contested windows, it's going to end up in the wrong hands.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. And that's going to do it in their 50th anniversary season. What a celebration. The Seattle Seahawks, Super Bowl champs for the 2nd time. So this, a well-deserved celebration down on the field. You know, Greg, it wasn't totally mistake-free, but about as solid a performance as you could hope to have on the big stage in the big game.
And to think about all the people that had their hand in this, Mike, of course we see on the field the players, their ability to perform at such a high level goes without say, but then you think of the group around them, the coaching staff, their ability to game plan, and then the front office and the GM who put this roster together. Those are the efforts of a lot of people that went into this Super Bowl victory.
On the podium, Commissioner Roger Goodell presenting the Lombardi Trophy to the Seattle Seahawks, champions of Super Bowl 60. So that'll do it for another sensational season of the NFL on EA Sports. For our entire team and with my partner Greg Olson, Mike Tirico, good night from Santa Clara, California.